Imagine leading a country in chaos, having your every move criticized, and the community can't decide if you're a stabilizer or a puppet. That was Jean-Jacques Honorat. Was he saving Haiti or just saving face? Let's break it all down.
Alright guys, this is Jean-Jacques Honorat, Haiti's third prime minister. He was born on April 1st, 1931, and he passed in July 26, 2023, both in Port-au-Prince. He did a lot, so he was formally educated as a Juris Doctor and an agronomist. He was also a philanthropist, which means he donated a lot of money to help communities. Along with being a philanthropist, he was a human rights activist. He was a professor of law and human rights. He was an author. Finally, he was the director of tourism and the minister of foreign affairs and worship. His term was October 11th, 1991 to June 19th, 1992. He was fluent in French, Spanish, Haitian, Creole, Mandarin, German, and English. Smart guy. Backstory. Francois Duvalier was the president right before the first prime ministry. There was a lot of tension in Haiti because many saw Duvalier as controlling while supporters thought he kept Haiti protected and stable. Honorat and his family were close to Duvalier and his family, but one day he said he became an activist because Duvalier staged a coup. That didn't make Duvalier happy. Guess what happened? He was exiled, completely kicked out of Haiti and living in New York.
Like his predecessors, he worked to create sustainable government structure. One of his major focuses was keeping government institutions functional in the midst of crisis.
What are government institutions? Is it like those companies we were talking about? Electricity, water, phone companies?
Yes, there's a government institution or agency for anything you can think of. During a crisis, the economy or the money that makes the world go round might suffer, and one, if not more than one agency can take a hit. Maybe electricity becomes faulty or the cost might spike. Maybe there aren't enough military personnel to defend Haiti, or there are enough and someone has to pay them. Maybe the electricity goes out and a war breaks out and leaders have to decide which is more important. In a utopia, government institutions are well funded and balanced to keep every operation going.
People noticed he had a strong relationship with the military, and they didn't like that. They thought his agenda was going to be more focused on the people. By being close to the military, they questioned his authority.
And that's tricky because each and every government institution is important.
Yeah, imagine having all these friends and they help in all these big ways and they want them to be your favorite.
Yeah, and they all want to be your favorite. Like, how do you choose between the people and the agency that's willing to fight for and defend the people?
So if my friends were like, who's your favorite, Ellis? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite, Ellis? And then I'd say, oh, you guys are my favorite. Because why would I be friends with them in the first place?
Exactly. We can see how Honorat's position was hard. I think the Haitian military deserves respect, but it was probably the coups that stirred fear. Maybe Honorat didn't want to be ousted. Maybe one way to keep serving as prime minister was to support the military. But then what happens when this? And then what happens when that? Could you really please everyone?
So if I was prime minister and the electricity broke out for everyone and there was a war breaking out, then I'd focus on the war at first because the war is more dangerous. And plus, when the electricity is out, you could survive without it, right?
Yeah. Well, because it was hard for him to make that kind of balance, they thought he was just a figurehead, which means...
Well, there are figureheads at Mount Rushmore, which are there just to be there. So maybe someone who's there just to be there.
Yes, and his president, Joseph Honorat, was provisional, which means president for now until we find a real president. Because of the pressure, Honorat gracefully resigned to make room for the next prime minister.
Well, on a lighter note, he was not overthrown.
Oh, there's that.
That's actually a good idea. Jean-Jacques Honorat wanted to work towards stabilizing the political climate, but he was seen as being a puppet for the military. How do you think leaders should back everyone without receiving backlash? Do you think Honorat was a figurehead, or does he deserve more credit?